Good evening, race fans. Welcome to Backfire Simsport TV and welcome back to the Simability V8ESC Season 15, rounds 5 and 6 from the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo Dino Ferrari, or to give it its proper name, Imola. I'm Clyde Whiting, and in the booth with me tonight and doing your cameras, yes, we are giving him a multitask job tonight. It's Mr. Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Good evening. Very impressed with your Italian.
Well, you actually thought I was, I don't know, Frankie Dettori?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
Something
we're about
like
the
that.
same weight.
Yeah, and yeah, I've already screwed up twice tonight. It's just you didn't see it. Anyway, it's going to be a good race, this one, I think. Hopefully, the various different people can get over their technical issues, because I think there's some with glitches tonight, Clyde.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way, doesn't it? People disconnecting, reconnecting. We seem to have a short field anyway. Probably about only a third of the drivers that have signed up to the league are participating tonight. But as we've proved time and time again, sometimes that can be for the good of the series and the good of the race itself.
Yeah.
Now, Imola, I must admit, has never been one of my favourite tracks. I don't know about you, Pete, but I find it's very much a rhythm track. Meaning you need to get into a rhythm, and unfortunately, I have 712 rhythms on every lap, so it doesn't really suit me. But it is a racer's track, isn't it?
It really is. I enjoy driving it. I am rubbish on it, as in I can't do a decent lap time to save my life. You'll say that that's also true of all the other tracks on the iRacing service, but whilst you're right, some of them I get a little bit competitive on. I think this track's got a lot of good qualities. It was the tarmac was put down before Mr. Tilke could have a real good go at it, and therefore it's still got some of the iconic corners that we know and love. I hope it never gets ruined. There is a bit of concrete added in certain places now, but I like this track. It has made for some brilliant broadcasts in the past, and I think no different to that tonight. And it's quite a cool track as well, Clyde. Only 24 degrees.
Yeah, there's I can't remember what corner it's on, but there used to be some I was going to call them curbs, but they're not. They're more like speed bumps that have been added to a curb.
Yeah.
Which always used to be a bit of a car killer. I don't know if they still. In fact, you just saw them there on your screen.
Yeah, those black lumps. Yeah.
Yeah, they used to be avoid at all costs. But so we'll have to wait and see how these cars go over them now. I think they're paying some respect to them, if not quite totally avoiding them.
Yeah, totally. It's the key ones are in the. Ooh, where's Aunt Woodward going? He's not on the farm now, is he? The key ones are through the chicanes, right? They upset the car. We've got 3 big chicanes on this track, or 3 notable chicanes, I should say. We'll join somebody on a lap in a minute. They are in qualifying at the minute, folks. Some have got incidents on their laps already, so they haven't actually posted a time. But we are gonna. Let's jump on board with the most handsome man. Oh no, it's not. Bram is the most handsome man, isn't he? In the NQR stable, as far as I've heard, yeah.
Well, to be honest, in NQR, he's not up against a lot, is he?
He's not. No, I mean, you could go to any A&E department of a hospital, and you know. But anyway, let's go on board with him. Let's go in his cockpit. There we go. Let's have a bit of this. So, out of the, is it Ravazza? I've not got a track map. Have you got a track map?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Ravazza is the last it's that sort of double left, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Down this knot straight, which is one of the fastest in any track, I think. And then we've got a series of chicanes. This one I've already forgotten the name of.
Tamburello.
Thank you. Tamburello. Hey, Tamburello. That one will no doubt be a lap one wonder. Through that left-hand kink and into Villeneuve. I do remember this one.
Yep.
Again, stay away from those black lumps if you can. Some drivers play with them a bit like Bob just did. And then this is Tozer.
It is.
Look at me.
See, you're getting good.
I know, yeah. Up the hill, up through the gears, get yourself a toe up here if you can do. And then, I want to say Piratella, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. I think that's on
No, you're
side.
correct again.
Oh, no way.
Good.
It is, isn't it? Right, down the hill we go. You're going to be dropping 2 gears before you turn into Aqua Minerale. You can't get this one wrong. Get off them lumps because those things will punt you off into the left over there. Up and over the hill again. I love the undulation on this track. This one's got a little short name and I can't remember it. What's this one?
Grassini.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't have got that one anyway. I thought it was Variante Alta, but is what I had in my head, but I didn't want to say it. And then coming back down again towards the Ravazzas, and heavy on the brakes, downhill, catches lots of people out, and you'll see the very inexperienced rotate the car. The back wants to go around the front. You got to get on the gas as late as you can hold it really out of that corner, because otherwise you are spinning up and or piloting your car into the grass. That was a very nice, very tidy lap from Bob Woodhouse, and he's just gone fastest.
Yeah,
that was nice.
As Pete was saying there, that second left-hander of Ravazza, it's surprising how many cars end up in the inside wall there.
Yeah, good point.
With just an over rotation, and then the car is gone, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. But again, as Pete said, Bob Woodhouse there on provisional pole with a 1:42.561. Just behind him, Vincent Skilbeck with a 5:67, and then Ant Woodward currently third with a 7:17.
It's actually a lot closer than I expected it to be. I don't know whether some of the real heavy hitters are not here. I mean, Simon Trendle is a name that's clearly missing.
Yeah, both of last time's winners are absent tonight. Simon Trendle won the sprint race, and Tyler Newitt won the feature race.
Oh yeah, I didn't note that Tyler had won a race. Must be his annual one, is it?
You try not to talk about it, to be honest. That will be the last time it ever gets mentioned.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Mr. Kloosterman is currently mid-table on an out lap, I think. No, he's not. He's on a racing lap. So this should be a good time in theory. Although he's only greened the first 2 sectors. So I think he's got work to do.
Yeah, he'll be wanting to see some purple.
Yeah, the only people seeing purple at the minute is Bob Woodhouse, who is on another flyer, and Woodward, who's in the pits. So those are the only purple sectors on my time in tower.
Okay, so we're coming up on the 10-minute mark. Shall we just go through the standings, Pete?
Certainly shall. I shall put you up with... Where am I? There.
So, in the Simability Cup, which is the overall championship champion, Simon Trendle leads the way with 540 points. Vincent Skilbeck up there with 494. Tyler Newitt in third, 479, and Woodward in fourth with 448, and Bob Woodhouse in fifth with 435.
I think if certain things happen, we may end up seeing something remarkable tonight, which is Vincent Skilbeck on the top of the championship.
You've ruined it.
I know, he's going to bin it now, isn't he? Right.
Yes. Into the team standings. Team Chimera lead the way on 948. NQR Europe on 883. BSTV Esports, yay! 826. Simability are up there on 620. and Never Quit Racing North America on 5, 6, 7. In the Bill Switzer driver of the meeting, very
ignore
close
that.
as you can
Ignore
see.
that. It's the old one.
Oh, sorry.
Sack the technical person.
There's far too many on there.
This
So
is right.
let's go to the Logan Jackson Safe Driver Awards, and Ivan Batmans leads the way. Tyler Newitt second, Stephen Kiefer in third, Rob Ben fourth, and Alexander Draby in fifth. And the Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award, Simon Prendle, which is made up. Doesn't matter, he's not here. Simon Prendle leads the way with 14 positions gained. Ant Woodward has 12. Jamie Wilson and Vincent Skilbeck both on 7. And then tied for 5th place is Bram Dubois and Bob Woodhouse on 6.
Very good, very good.
And I will just get you up to date with the Bill Switzer driver of the meeting. We've only had 2 meetings so far, but Ant Woodward has got 2 votes, Jamie Wilson has got 2 votes, Tyler Newitt has 1 vote, and Vincent Skilbeck has 1 vote.
Right, very good. Must have had a few people in the booth. Yeah.
And we've had a change at the top as well, Pete. Vincent Skilbeck with a 42.457 is now in provisional pole.
He is, and he's going out again. Even though I don't think there's enough time for him to do a running lap. We're in heats,
yeah,
aren't
there
we?
is.
No, we're in heats.
Oh, we are in heats, aren't we?
So
yes.
he's just going to get chinned out of his racing lap. So Bob Woodhouse is the car that we need to watch. This is the one that will threaten it. He and Ant Woodward are the 2 cars, I think, that have got something under the hood for this. I think Vincent's gone out forgetting that he's in a heat.
Yes. He is out of time now.
Yeah, pretty much. He won't get a full lap, so he won't get credit for it. This is the first. Is this the first of the running laps? Yes, it is, because Ant Woodward is behind Bob Woodhouse on track and has a tow. Ant Woodward has a tow from someone, which might be the defining factor. He's got a tow from Tony.
Well,
Bob.
We've seen Ant's speed and what he could do with a tow.
So Bob's given up. Tony's continuing to tow Ant Woodward round. I don't know he's going to get a tow draft from there, though. That's a bit distant now.
You'd be surprised.
I don't know whether
these cars do punch a big old hole, don't they?
They do. I can't see enough decent sectors in Ant Woodward's lap time, but he's continuing on with it, so there must be a reason to keep going. Tony's done a decent middle sector, so I don't know whether he'll move up. Nobody's moving up.
No, they're not, are they?
No, they're just turning laps now. Right, so where is Alex Lado? In his first race back in V8s, he's mid-table. That's pretty good, isn't
it? Yes. Is his first?
Oh, was he there last time, was he?
No, I can't remember if it was last time or the one before. It might have been last time. He was a bit crashy.
Oh, really?
Well, I say crashy. He was, let's say it was aggressive.
Right. See what his point score was. Yeah, he only got, oh no, he got a decent point score.
But he's always exciting to watch.
Yeah, even if it is for all the wrong reasons. Anyway.
Get ready to sort the grid. If I can only remember. Oh, you're doing it, are you?
I've done it. Yeah, I am that good these days.
Okay. You got a button for it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. So let's go through your starting grid for tonight's 20-minute sprint race. Don't forget there is a 40-minute feature race as well. Vincent Skilbeck takes pole position for Wheelie Bin's Mayhem Republic. Bob Woodhouse in second, Never Quit Racing Europe. And Woodward in third, as a double there for Never Quit Racing Europe. Actually, there's 3 of them. Bram Dubois in 4th, Never Quit Racing Europe. Stacey Boyd for Nova Sport Motorsports in 5th. Tony Kloosterman, Never Quit Racing North America in 6th. teammate Greg Carr in 7th, Alex Lado, Hydra Race Racing Forces in 8th, 9th is Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera. New guy David Burns, welcome to the series. He's in 10th. 11th is Jeff Saunders. Glenn Sidman for Simability is in 12th. And Rich Jameson rounds out your grid for Rich Jameson Racing. We believe Ryan Middleton is a non-starter. So I have a feeling, Pete, that this start is going to be a bit hectic.
I think so as well. We've got 3 Never Quit Racing Europe cars in quick succession. Why have I got... Who is that? Is that... Why is Bob Woodhouse's paint suddenly different? No, it's not, is it? Is he uploaded the wrong one? I wonder.
Yeah, I've got him in a strange paint as well.
Like a like a royal blue as opposed to the light.
Yeah.
Blue. Yeah, that's odd. Okay. We'll tell him about that later, shall we?
That could be last season's paint, maybe.
Yeah. But we'll see. So obviously this is going to sweat it out because Ryan Middleton is registered. But here we go, Clyde. Lights are coming on.
They certainly are. Get ready for the fun. And we're green. Great start from everybody there.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I didn't see a car bogged down at all.
No, first time for a long time I've seen everybody go at the same time. Right, first pinch point.
Somebody on the rumble strip on the inside, but held it well.
Yeah, everybody seems to be through there. It's very easy to get pushed out wide there.
Stacey Boyd got onto the left rear, of Alex Lado there. That was nearly a disaster. Ooh, that's a nice move. Lifted him out of the corner. That's nice, Pride.
It certainly is. Yeah, that's the way to do it. But it's not done.
No. Drag race to the top of the hill here.
Oh, Vincent was brave.
That was mighty, wasn't it? That was brilliant.
That was. I was like, yeah, he's done him here, and he just threw it in round the outside.
And Woodward not doing his teammate any favours, putting pressure on him, making him defend. Vincent's trying to break the toe already and doing a good job of it as well. Oh, twitch from Ant Woodward.
Yeah, a little wiggle there. That's just the car saying, just behave yourself.
Yeah, cold tyres, cold track, hello. Bob Woodhouse.
Hello. Tony with a big send there, but...
right. I've not got him moved.
Oh, he's moved now, because Alex Lado has just moved him.
Ah. There's some colourful language in that cockpit, do you think?
Well, yes, but... Oh. Holy schmoly.
Hang on. What happened here? Right.
You need to keep this going.
Okay, will do.
Because I'm going to say an uncharacteristic mistake coming up.
Oh, wow, yeah, he's caught the... he's changed his mind, hasn't he? He's not gone to the pits.
Yeah.
Now he'll have to go to the pits because that's going to absolutely muller his car.
I think... Has he got an engine? No, he hasn't really got a car under him anymore.
No, that's very sad to see. Now, if you really analyse what happened, Alex was staying in the gas. Oh, Christ. He was staying into the gas, but Tony's rear end lost traction. So I don't know whether that led to it. We can have a look at it again.
Literally what I was going to say. The corner before, Tony had a... I'm not going to call it a send, but...
Wrong one, sorry.
He did have a go from a long way back, which then made him slow.
He slid round that corner there, and Alex has gone into the gas. Then he slides round this corner a little, there, and gets a little push. Yeah.
That actually starts at the corner before that.
Oh. Oh, okay. Let's have a look. Maybe it's this.
So
no, that's
Tony
the same
tries,
bit. That's the same
Tony
bit, really.
was heavily on the brakes.
Oh, he was there, look. Yeah, you kind of slowed into him almost. That was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, to be honest. I don't know. Have you got more footage that I can't see?
Yeah, well, I say from my viewpoint, it looks like Tony. I say calling it a send is a bit unfair on Tony. He has a look from a long way back, and then backs out of it. But what it did was it got him loose and slow on that footage that you showed, and 99 times out of 100 you'll get away with that. But when there's a car in close proximity behind you, it can all go pear-shaped, and on this occasion it did.
Yeah. Sad to see, but as we've said many times before, that's racing, isn't it?
Nikolai is just admitted spinning me out at Phillip Island. Evening, Nikolai.
Yeah. Be good to get him back. He's a good racer.
Yes. Yes, he needs to get back in the saddle.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the race.
Ooh, Stacey Boyd, well out of shape.
So, Mr. Cameraman, we need to know what happened to Vincent.
Oh, crap. Wait a minute. So that's someone passing him. That is, I think it's a slowdown. This is the best I can do. This is all I have. So it's either a slowdown or he's binned it going through one of the chicanes.
Oh, well,
I think it's a slowdown. I think he's cut.
What, off of them curbs?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Definitely
it's
a slowdown, yes.
Right, I didn't have anything else, so it was kind of obvious for me, not for you. So less eventful than we thought.
Well, that has gifted Bob Woodhouse the lead.
And it also means that we've now got 1, 2, 3 NQR Europe.
Yes.
They may not look the same, folks, because this one's painted a bit different, but they are all the same team.
Perhaps Bob just didn't like the new paint.
Maybe.
And has refused to wear it.
Yeah, Nikolai used to be part of this squad as well, didn't he?
He did, yes.
Yeah. Greg Carr slowly getting dropped, I think. No, he's not. He's catching David Burns, our newest addition to the league. That's his own paint, Clyde, but let me just point something out to you. What do you see in the bottom right and bottom left of that car?
Yeah.
Boozen's colours.
Yes. Samwell.
Samwell of Boozen. Unless he's just popped on some of our internal advertising.
Yeah, they are.
Wings are on there as well, so.
Yeah, there are some on the Discord channel, aren't they? So.
Yeah. So we like that. We can carry on with that. Oh, that's closing at a rapid pace. It's Greg Carr there. That was good. Very good under braking.
Yeah, it's always daunting, isn't it, when you join a league? You don't know what you're up against, what the standard of driving is. You know, we can tell everybody that the standard of driving is fantastic and all the rest of it, but until you actually witness it, you're not really that sure. So it takes a while, doesn't it? But that is the beauty of league racing. You know, once you've got yourself established in the league, doesn't matter whether you're front, middle or back, you know who you can take liberties with, who you can't.
Yeah, I was watching another V8 league, and it was about 2 years ago, because I don't think there's hardly any around now, not in the northern hemisphere anyway. And it was the most disgraceful racing I've ever seen in my life, and I thought our league is just so good.
There's that move.
Yeah, that's the job done before the top of the hill. That's nice.
Yeah, David didn't fight that.
Or is it? Or is it? Come on, David, fight him. Into Aqua Minerale and fire it up the hill. You got to have good momentum running through there, and Greg Carr was great through there that time. That was nice.
Yeah, I was watching the battle up the front, and Bram Dubois is starting.
Sorry, go on.
Bram Dubois is starting to put some pressure on Ant Woodward, which I think maybe Ant has got half an eye on his rearview mirror now, because he's not not really making any ground on Bob Woodhouse.
Okay, okay.
There's a nice battle behind. I think Vincent and Alex were going at it.
Yeah, starting to. Well, yeah. Alex is definitely catching Vincent.
Vincent not really recovered, has he, after that slowdown?
No, and that's odd. Obviously, he's so experienced in this car. It's unbelievable the amount of laps he's done just with us, and then he drives Scots as well, doesn't he? And all sorts of other leagues.
And obviously quick as well round here with
Yeah.
his pole position, but not really doing him much good at the moment.
No. I can only watch as those three NQR Europe cars disappear. Alex Lado has this for his view. He's good under brakes, isn't he, Alex? Oh, and Vincent's gone wide there. He's opened the door. Ooh!
Wide and sideways.
Wide and sideways, absolutely. This is what
still
Alex
there.
can see. Oh, and he's gone under braking. And he's not done it. Vincent's coming back.
He's going to go wide.
Vincent's on the brilliant line for this one. Alex is still.
Oh, well, that was netcode. I can tell you that straight away.
It did look like it.
They wasn't even close.
Let me go to Chopper, and then we'll probably see this. Oh, that's just silly. Right. Well, the iRacing gods have stamped their feet again, Clyde.
Yes. Yes, it's all gone a bit Pete Tong, hasn't it, for Vincent?
Yeah, it was looking like it was going to be a spectacular opportunity for him, but I did curse him good and early, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah,
you did.
so we'll say that that's my fault, yeah?
Isn't everything?
Well, most of the time, yeah.
But what that has done, that obviously slowed Alex up a little bit, and that's put Stacey Boyd right on the back of Alex now. So that's going to be a brewing battle.
Yeah, Stacey's no slouch. One interesting thing, I have tracks where the track map just won't work, and this is one of them. So I am clearly trying here to give everybody the track map, but it's not going to happen apparently. Right, Rich, did we say his name was Jamison?
Well, didn't we just decide to change it every time we said it?
I think we did, something like
Or
that.
eventually we got it right?
Yeah, one of the options will be right, won't it?
Yeah. Although Rich hasn't give us a thumbs up or anything for which one we're saying right and which one we're saying wrong.
No, that's
so
true, yeah. Good evening to Alan Toon on the chat.
yeah, good evening, Alan. He's probably very drunk and dribbling by now.
Well, I'm not far off with this beer. Told you how strong it was. Right, so Stacey is definitely catching Alex now that he's got the toe. Alex's rears are a little bit slick looking.
Yeah, but I don't.
No, he's on him now.
He is an aggressive driver, so he does use his stuff.
Yeah. Stacey has a big look.
Hello.
Yeah, that was a long stare, that. And Alex has spun the wheels going up the hill. But he's done all right, actually.
It's one of them looks, isn't it, to make the driver in front think.
Yeah, and probably get on the gas a bit earlier than they should.
Yeah, or do I need to defend on that corner on the next lap? And is that then going to ruin my racing line?
I mean, this isn't for a shabby position. This is for fourth. One step off the podium.
Yeah, top three are separated now, so not much going on at the front unless there's a mistake somewhere.
Yeah.
And if these two slow each other up, a certain Jamie Wilson's going to be on the back of them as well.
Oh, yeah. Doing a good job with that vehicle tonight.
Yeah, flying the flag for Team Chimera.
So down the start, finish straight again. Stacey's gone to the right, which gives him the opportunity to cut onto the inside, but he's not going to bother.
No, he's not going to force his way through, but I think what he's trying to do is maybe get in Alex's head and force Alex into a mistake to make an easy overtaking opportunity.
This is the closest battle on track and has been since the last incident. I can tell you that Vincent is catching Glenn Sidman and will be with him shortly. Tony Klusterman's some way back. He had to pit the car. I don't think Vincent had to pit, you know. No, he didn't. Vincent hasn't pitted. I think the netcode continued into the wall.
Well, to be fair to Vincent, he's used to driving with a damaged car, isn't he? So...
Well, let's just have a look. All the panels are on it, which is unusual for Vincent.
Yeah.
There is no scratching of any paintwork on that car.
Yeah,
If you
steering wheel's probably upside down.
Well, let's have a quick look at the steering wheel whilst we've got a few moments. Let's jump on board into the cockpit. Let's have a look. There's nothing wrong with that steering wheel, Clyde.
Right, isn't it? Yeah.
That's perfect. I think the netcode continued all the way through that crash.
Are you sure there's no damage on that front right?
Oh, that's a bit sketchy though. Yeah, maybe. Let's have a quick look at this one. No, that's bad. That's no better. How do you see this then? Do a bit of that. Ah, right. Yes, you are right. Front right, once he turns in our favour, which will be the next camera when it picks him up, is a bit smashed in. You can see his tyre, you can see him behind it. Very good call, Clyde.
Yes, Jamie Wilson's giving it some big uns.
He is. He is catching them by half a second a lap at the moment.
But he's running out of time. We've got less than 4 minutes to run.
Yeah, so we've got 2 laps. Whoa, Alex Lado, you just wheel spun all the way out of that corner. And Stacey's on you like a rash.
Yeah. To be fair, he held on to that because he could have melted his tyres doing that.
Yeah. Again, he's out. You can hear that Alex is having to get off the throttle going out of the acceleration zones. So he's obviously not got much downforce on that car. I think that's how he's managing this, Clyde. I think he's got no aero on it.
Yeah, Stacey's only going to get another couple of opportunities.
That was a good camera. I'll have to remember that one for next, right? Going under the bridge. Right.
Like say, Alex has definitely got the acceleration, hasn't he?
I don't think he's got any downforce on that car at all. I think that's how he's staying away. Stacey's gone left again to try and go right again, but there's nothing going on there because he's too far back. But he's on him again.
Yeah, it gives him a lot of exit speed, doesn't it, that line?
Yes. So he's
switched again from Alex.
So
but
the opportunity is at Tozer hairpin, which is the corner after Villeneuve. They're heading towards it now, and he's too far back. He'd lost his ground, or did he? Ooh. Tried to lift him out of the corner.
Before, hasn't he?
Yeah. He loses so much ground though. Look at how Alex goes straight up the hill and gaps him. It's like 4 car lengths by the time they get to the top of the hill. Right, so your leader, Bob Woodhouse, will pick up one more lap, Clyde.
Yes. Yeah, he'll get the white flag this time round.
Yeah. Ant Woodward has closed on Bob Woodhouse quite rapidly in the last few laps. Bram Dubois
Yeah,
has been dropped.
isn't that the way though when you're leading a race? Well, you wouldn't know, but you start to not doubt yourself, but you back off a little bit
Uh-huh.
because you're like, I've got this one in the bag. I'm going to win a race. I'm going to win, and then you end up going slower, and then the car behind you is like, you know what? I'm reeling him in here, and before you know it, you're under pressure.
Well, Ant Woodward is within a second. He's within 3/4 of a second now. He's definitely got the speed around one lap. Whether he can actually get onto the back of that Mustang in front of him and do anything with it is another thing. Stacey Boyd, however, must be sick of seeing the back of that Racing Forces car by now, Clyde.
Yeah, it's a great battle for fourth place, and it's been going on for a number of laps.
Now watch Alex just accelerate away. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
That makes me think that there's no downforce on that. Yeah, because then Stacey's on him at the corner, but then he loses him going out of it, so... Right, where is Mr. Woodhouse?
Nearly there.
Nearly there, going through the chicane. Heading towards the Ravazzas. And Woodward not near enough. He's taken a huge amount of time out of him as Vincent Skilbeck gets one position back from Glenn Sidman. Glenn made no fight for that at all. Stayed out of the way. This is it, Clyde.
Yeah, this is it. So, great win for Bob Woodhouse, followed closely over the line by teammate Ant Woodward. And teammate Bram Dubois comes home on the third step of the podium for a 1-2-3 for NQR Europe. Alex Lado finished fourth, holding on from Stacey Boyd in fifth.
Good result for David Burns on his first race with us, 8th place.
Not only that, good result because it was clean.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Very good. Very good indeed. I think that might be everyone over the line. Oh, we're just waiting for...
Glenn. I don't think... Is Tony running?
Tony is running.
He is running, yes.
Glenn's over the line. Running the engine down. Not long till Tony joins everybody in the paddock.
Bob Woodhouse is putting in a qualifying lap on the cool down lap.
Is he really? Well done to Tony for continuing on. Not many drivers will do that, so well done to you, sir. Lots of respect. Yeah, Bob Woodhouse still giving it beans. Maybe he's just trying to put a message out, Clyde, to say, I had enough fuel on board to do another lap. No. See,
maybe he needs a poo.
Yeah, well, maybe. Track maps just appeared after the race.
Oh, right.
Oh,
what, you finally pressed the right button, did you?
No, I didn't press anything.
Right.
Hang on.
Eventually.
What's that? Sorry. Try that one, shall we? Yeah.
It's so nice having Pete on cameras again. Right, so your sprint race winner, round 5, is Bob Woodhouse for Never Quit Racing Europe. Teammates Ant Woodward in second, and Bram Dubois came home on the third step of the podium. Fourth place was Alex Lado for Hydra Race Racing Forces, closely followed by Stacey Boyd for Nova Motorsports. Jamie Wilson, Team Chimera in sixth, and Never Quit Racing North America's Greg Carr in seventh. New driver David Burns was eighth, with Jeff Saunders in ninth. Rich Jamison for Rich Jamison Racing finished 10th, and we will be your reverse pole sitter in the feature race. Vincent Skilbeck, after his dramas, came home 11th for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. Glenn Sidman in 12th for Simability, and Tony Kloosterman rounded out the race in 13th for Never Quit Racing North America. So Pete, some weirdness in that one, I think.
Yeah.
Putting aside the tap between Alex and Tony, hitting the pit wall was a strange incident.
Yeah, it's almost like he changed his mind. It's not often you see that happen, to be honest. Maybe there was a technical issue in there. His car did look a bit not wild, but just difficult to control through the two corners that I could show as a replay. What you saw beforehand is probably more valuable in understanding what happened. So he's obviously gone for an overtake and then backed out of it, has he? Or did he make it work?
I don't know. It wasn't even an overtake. It was more of a look.
Right.
But it was definitely the backstory to the final incident.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah. So, yeah, it's these things that, there's always a story about how it starts, like the middle and an end, just like any good novel. But it's the ones that with like Alex and Vincent that you don't want to see, because that's nothing to do with either of them. That actually spoils a really good race when the netcode takes over. It dictates what happens, and it makes me angry, because that's going to lead to some initial ill feeling, because each might think that the other one has done something. They don't know that when they're on the track. They haven't got the ability to see what we see and see that you could have walked, skipping between the cars, hand in hand with somebody else. I don't know how you get around it, but you can't take anything away from the three NQR Europe cars that absolutely ended up bossing the race, Clyde.
Vincent, absolutely fantastic qualifying lap. The worry for me was the lack of pace after his slowdown. You would sort of half expect him to come back and at least have a fight with those NQR guys. However, every cloud has a silver lining. It's going to put him on second spot on the reverse grid. I'm just seeing a message that Rich Jamison has got wheel issues. So he might not be taking the pole position. He might be starting at the back. So that could be ultimately a lifesaver for Vincent.
I'll put him on pole, yeah.
The cars that were up there with him in qualifying are going to be starting 8th, 9th and 10th. So they've got some work to do in a 40-minute race to get up to him. In the meantime, Vincent could disappear into the distance and have the race theoretically won before the pit stop.
Yeah. It's definitely a danger. I mean, his closest rival in terms of speed is going to be Bob Woodhouse, who's going to be languishing back in 10th place. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, they've got a pit stop in this one. That may be a defining factor. I think people need to give each other room now. They know that netcode is a race-defining factor in this one, at least. We don't see it in every race. That's the inconsistency that I don't like, lad. But yeah, lots to consider for everybody involved. And let's see if NQR Europe can come up with the goods for a second race run-in.
Well, it's going to be a well, in my view, it's going to be a tricky race for them because they all three of that team seem to have about the same pace. I think maybe Bram used some of his stuff up early in that race, trying to put pressure on Ant, and fell away towards the end. Ant seemed to be the quickest one at the end, but I do believe a lot of that was the last couple of laps. Bob Woodhouse, chatting to himself, saying, no mistakes, just back it off a couple of percent, just make no mistakes, and there's a win coming. Which, yeah, it's as much as, if you're not going to win a race, you want your teammate to win it. But it's still difficult because it's a couple of weeks before you race again, and if it's anything like our team, there's going to be a lot of banter in the chat and things like that. So it's I don't know. I'm worried for them. Let's just say that.
Yeah, Vincent's saying that he's going to start 11th.
I thought Vincent finished. Oh, of course he did. Yes, he finished 11th.
Ah, right. So he and Tony are going to have a bit of a blast back there.
It's the 9th place guy, isn't it? Duh.
Right. So that sorts that out. Good evening to PVG on the chat. He'd be good in these. He's usually a rear-wheel drive racer anyway. Surprised he's not bothered with this one.
I'm sure he's had a go in these.
No, he was in GT3, wasn't he?
He might have done. I don't know.
I'm just going to go and get another beer.
I can't even remember how reverse grids work, so there's no point asking me.
Welcome to BSTV, folks. I can't do cameras and I can't do a broadcast, and Clyde can't remember. So I'm going to go and get a beer. I'll be back in less than 2 minutes.
Roger that. Yes, we've got about 90 seconds left in this warm-up, which we give to the drivers. A lot of them will try a setup change. A lot of them use it to do pit stop practices because there are some very, very difficult, shall we say, pit entries around the world. And a lot of the drivers just use it to have a rest, because you can get very, very hot and sweaty whilst doing this. I know for a fact. This pit lane I don't think is too bad. There's a lot worse out there. But 40-minute race, limited on fuel, so the drivers will have to make a pit stop. Throwing a pit stop in always gives that opportunity of a mistake creeping in, too fast entering the pits, too fast leaving the pits, missing your pit box, getting the pit call wrong. There's all sorts of things that can go wrong in a pit stop, and there's all sorts of tactics as well. We see this numerous occasions: drivers stopping early, drivers stopping late, drivers stopping bang in the middle, and you'll probably guess from the conversation that we will have during this next race that me and Pete won't know exactly what is going on until everybody's had a pit stop, and then we'll have some drivers on newer tyres, some on older tyres, and normally in these feature races it's not over till it's over, as they say. But we will be on the grid very, very shortly. I will just have to do the grid set.
I'm doing it.
Oh, Pete's already there. He's back. He's done it. So, your starting grid for race 2, which is round 6, it's the feature race of the evening. Rich Jameson has got the reverse pole, although we're not really expecting him to start from pole. Jeff Saunders second. David Burns goes off third. That's a baptism of fire. Greg Carr, Never Quit Racing North America in fourth. Jamie Wilson, Team Chimera fifth. Stacey Boyd sixth for Nova Motorsports. Alex Lado seventh, Hydro Race Racing Forces. Bram Dubois, Never Quit Racing Europe eighth. And Woodward, same team, in ninth. And race 1 winner Bob Woodhouse from the same team starts 10th. 11th is Vincent Skilbeck for Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic. Glenn Sidman goes off 12th. And rounding out your grid will be Tony Kloosterman. Let's see what Tony can do from the back. Let's hope he has a bit more luck this time. I'm really struggling to know who to watch off the start here, Pete.
It'll be
I think I'm
interesting
going
to
to watch those NQR guys.
Yeah, I'm going to watch and see how well Jeff Saunders and David Burns launch the car, and Rich Jameson if he gets his front row start. Not sure where Jeff is. We're waiting on him at the minute. If Rich is definitely starting from pit road, there's Jeff.
Yeah.
Now we're just waiting on Rich Jamison.
Yeah, I think he's going to start from pit lane.
Right. In that case, we'll be waiting for the full 2 minutes.
I think normally he would take his position, but he is saying he's having some wheel issues tonight.
Okay.
So,
it looks all right in the warm-up.
Yeah, there he is.
See.
He's in the pit lane, and the lights are on. And we're green.
Oh, that was a slow start from Jeff.
That was, yes.
David Burns is gone. He's absolutely whole shot, I think.
Greg Carr got a fantastic launch, but couldn't go anywhere with it.
No. So, round through this first chicane, everybody goes too wide all the way back through the field, apart from David Burns, who's gone. He's taken Jeff Saunders with him. Oh, that's tasty through there.
Yeah, it was a good recovery from Jeff after a slow start.
Jamie Wilson right in the thick of things. Fighting with the guy who was trying to catch in the last race, which is Stacey.
Yeah, both Ant Woodward and Bob Woodhouse have got past Bram Dubois.
Oh, that is Alex Lado out and over the bumps.
Was that on his lonesome?
I'll have a look at that in a second. I'll just wait until we get round onto the start-finish straight, because there's going to be some more squabbling going on. There's NQR Europe cars trying to avoid him, because he's not going as fast as he probably should be. And in fact, that's Bram Dubois behind Tony Kloosterman now, who's already made 4 positions from the start line. Oh, yeah, someone's vanished. That was Vincent that vanished. That's another version of netcode, really, isn't it?
That was what they call a stealth overtake. Vanish when you're behind them and then reappear in front of them.
Yeah, I used to do that regular, if you remember, with my internet connection. Oh, Alex Lado making his way backwards fast now. This is the same combatants from last time, and Alex has given Tony a massive amount of room there. Absolutely huge amount of room. Why is Ant Woodward going backwards so much? Or is he going forwards? I don't know.
No, he's going forwards.
Vincent Skilbeck around the outside of Bram Dubois. What is Bram Dubois' issue? Oh! Bram
that was all Vincent. That was the curb that done that.
Right, and he got straightened up.
Nothing to do with netcode, nothing to do with anybody hitting him.
No.
He literally launched off the curb.
Right, let's go and have a look at some of these bits. So, what happened to Alex Lado? Do this quickly. Alex Lado.
He's all on his own, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to over-rotate, I reckon. No, he's going to absolutely muller it, going straight on.
Yeah.
There we go. So that was that one. Then we've got Jeff Saunders. Don't know what happens to Jeff. Didn't even clock this on the first attempt.
But he's got a big car close up.
Oh, it's the curb. It's the curb. We said at the start, don't go over the black bits. And he's been absolutely done. He's midfield now.
5 positions he's lost there.
And then we were looking at this one. Vincent.
Get ready. Get ready.
Next turn it's going to be. Ooh.
Oh, a little hip check.
Yeah, that's all right. And then he turns in, and it's the next curb, isn't it?
This one.
Boink. There you go. Bram straightened him up. That was quite polite of him.
Bram did well to avoid that.
Well, it's Tony going backwards in the live. I can't even get back to live. Tony has just dropped right down the field. What happened here? I couldn't get live. It just wouldn't let me. Oh, he's done the same thing, Clyde.
Yep.
Pesky curbs.
It is. It's them speed ramps.
Yeah, speed ramps. Right. So, sadly, after doing the fastest lap of the race, Tony Kloosterman finds himself, sadly, at the back of the field.
Yeah, and people watching it, go, well, they're easy to see. You should avoid them. They're not easy to see when you're in the car.
Not when you're racing.
And there's a car in front of you, and so easy to do.
Jamie Wilson looking racy in third place, Clyde. Third.
Yeah, I'm
nosebleed.
I'm David Burns. That's the one that is like, I like this league.
There he is.
Oh, I'll come back for some more of this.
Yeah. Leading laps. What's this? Jamie Wilson, if he puts enough pressure on Greg Carr, then David Burns will be away.
Well, not being funny, but that's a very, very fast top 6 you've got there.
Yeah.
Greg Carr is no slouch.
No way.
Jamie Wilson.
Oh, the slowdowns for the pair of them there.
Yeah.
Which means that Stacey Boyd's going to get a freebie somewhere up this hill because he's going to have to shed that slowdown.
Yeah. Well, he's already got the place from Jamie. So has Ant Woodward.
Jamie's got damage. You can see it on the front left. Yeah. Bob Woodhouse is through on Jamie because Jamie probably doesn't realise that he's got damage as bad as that because there wasn't much in the contact.
Yeah. Oh, Greg Carr got a slowdown as well.
Yeah, because he went over the corner as well.
He was side by side for the lead.
Ooh, yes, he was. Not anymore.
Stacey Boyd.
Stacey Boyd. Come on, Stacey. And look at this, NQR Europe queuing up.
Yeah. And I'm just very worried with Ant and Bob. I know they're teammates, and I know they're great mates, and they are the fiercest of rivals on the track.
Are you expecting tears?
I really hope not.
It was a weird one, that, with Greg Carr and Jamie, because it looked like Greg Carr went into that little kink very, very hot and then had to get out of the gas, and Jamie hadn't realised because he was that close and he couldn't avoid the contact. Oh, what's going on here? That is Jeff Saunders giving a position away, so I don't know whether he was also suffering from some sort of slowdown. I don't think so, though. I think that was just a good overtake. Oh, it's getting messy at the front, Clyde. Oh, it's getting messy.
I think Jeff's just driving sensibly. Yeah, Stacey Boyd has took the lead, and Woodward has got up into second.
And our leader is now in nearly fourth. David Burns, he's in fourth now. And there's a whole mob of cars queuing up now.
Yeah, this is welcome to V8ESC.
Alex Lado. Oh,
Yeah,
that was...
Alex got in really hot then and locked up.
He did, but he managed to control that. It was very well controlled in the end. Out of control in control out. Maybe that's a good way to do it. I don't know. Jamie Wilson. Still moving forward.
Now to see whether Stacey can run away. I don't think so.
Yeah, Jamie Wilson not slamming the door shut on Alex Lado. But he's kept him behind for now. Oh, that front left has just abandoned Jamie.
Yeah.
If he can pit, he'll want to. Oh, that's a bit sideways.
He'll want to keep going forwards at the moment.
Yeah.
Which he managed.
Yeah. That front left lifted up in the air under braking and stopped him turning. That was wild, that. Meanwhile, in a different race, Stacey Boyd leads the race line.
Yeah, and this will... I forget about it, just from the change of camera angle that threw me in. I thought Ant Woodward was totally sideways. Yeah, you know, Ant showed pace in race one.
Yes.
Stacey was stuck, couldn't get past, I think it was Alex.
That's right, yep.
But Alex is looking racy, and Bob Woodhouse is going to come under pressure from him soon. And there's already a gap developing.
There is a little bit of a gap between 2 and 3. Then there's a bit of a mob that's following with Jamie at the back of it. Jeff Saunders dropping astern now.
Yeah, Jamie will do well to keep on the back of that group.
It's horrible when you go off at Aqua Minerale that way, isn't it? Because you think, oh no, and then you get the slowdown, you're like, what?
Yeah.
Have I not lost enough time?
Exactly, yes. You berate yourself and then iRacing berates you afterwards.
Yeah, it's just double punishment. Right, down into the Ravazzas here. 3 cars who have closed up on one another very quickly.
Nikolai said that Jamie took his Joker lap.
I know, that was what I was laughing at when you were talking. That's brilliant. No, do come back to this league, Nikolai. Surely you miss this hijinks and ridiculousness. As Stacey comes under mega pressure now from Ant Woodward. Oh, what's going on here as well? Is that...
Well, this is David Burns being... Whoa, Jamie. Being very clever. You know, he hasn't got the pace of the top guys at the moment, anyway. We don't know what he'll be like in the future. So, you know, he's just driving sensibly. He's not fighting too hard, and if a car is horrendously rapid behind him, he's letting him go.
Yeah, and he's staying on his lines as well, which is the best thing you can do. Anybody watching that wants to know how to race when you're a bit slower, stay on the racing line. Dead simple. Be predictable. That's the way to go.
If you're gonna move offline to let a car pass, you have to make it blindingly obvious.
Yeah, Jamie's gonna try and get around the outside here.
Now. Oh, hello. Somebody's throwing dirt on the track.
That was Vincent strobing in and out. He's caught these two really fast, Clyde.
Yeah, Jamie obviously got stuck a bit behind David now and has lost Bram Dubois.
Yeah.
Really needs to get back up to him because he needs to nurse that car round to the earliest possible pit stop because it's very unpredictable at the moment.
It is. That left-hand front is not... It doesn't look at all good. Look at it. You can see it sticking out at the side of the front of the car. That's unhealthy at best. Oh, hang on. We've got something going on here. Into the first chicane again. Oh, tense. Stacey's getting mugged. He's getting mugged.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a touch there. Or
I don't think so.
Stacey just got it a little bit wrong, but he's going to go from first to fourth.
He is in about 2 corners, maybe 3. probably too.
He
Stacey's
did leave
fast
the
as
door
well.
wide open.
He did.
So
He did. I don't think he had too much of a choice, but yeah, you're
no,
right.
no, but you know, you leave that gap, it gets filled. There's no coming back.
Yeah. So this brings Ant Woodward to the front of the race.
Yes, 13 minutes gone. So I would get. I don't think I've got any inside information this week.
Oh,
but,
sorry, I do. Give me a minute. Should have shared this with you before, really, shouldn't I? Right, what's my inside information? Slightly larger fuel demand for this track, but I think we already knew that. More fuel in to start the races than normal. Tyre deg I've got in this one. You'll like that, won't you?
No, I didn't even hear it. I blanked it.
Is that because it's in Garage 101?
Blanked.
What's Vincent doing? Catching up slowly. Oh, hang on. Bob Woodhouse to pit road, Clyde.
Okay.
Oh, he's taken Greg Carr with him.
Interesting. So that is Bob's chance to get past Ant Woodward without overtaking him on track.
Right, what else is in my information? Drop-off is not that bad. Undercut is not strong, so Bob Woodhouse has just done it wrong, apparently, according to my inside information.
We'll find out. Is that going to drag Ant Woodward in?
I can't read the rest of it because it's controversial. Oh dear. Right, Jamie Wilson is still master of that car despite it having quite a lot of damage, in my opinion.
Oh, I do. I tell a lie. I have got some inside information. Obviously, not as much as you have got.
Okay. Does yours mention anything about controversy or not?
No.
Yeah, I had to stop reading mine. Funny. It's all paddock talk. So, Alex Lado now in second place with a very nice pacing target of Ant Woodward while Clyde reads through his inside information notes.
Yeah, no, I'm
Nothing
watching
new.
Ant. I'm watching Ant to see if he.
Oh, he's
yes,
going.
he did.
Oh, and
He
Alex decided he wasn't going in the end. He wants to lead a lap to get the point.
Yeah, I don't know whether Bob's pit stop forced Ant to come in.
Don't know.
Or whether that was planned. But you've got Ant, Bram, and Jamie Wilson in.
Well, Jamie will be absolutely ecstatic that he can pit now. This will be the fastest of fast repairs. Fixed. Right, let's go and see what's going on track. David Byrne still under mega pressure from Vincent. I am surprised that Vincent hasn't pitted the car. But he is always the one to go long, isn't he?
Was that your pet name for him? Was it Vince Meat?
Is that what I said?
Yeah, well, that's what it sounded like.
All right, I nearly bit my bottom lip, so that was probably to do with it.
Sounded like bedroom talk.
Oh, sexy.
Come here, Vince Meat. He's passed now. Well done,
He is
Vince
passed,
Meat.
yeah, sorry. Totally distracted by that. Vince Meat. It's funny. Right, into Aqua Minerale. You want a clean lap. Is he going to pit this lap or is he going to keep going? I think he'll just keep going.
Well, I'll tell you something else. Ant Woodward has extended his lead over Bob Woodhouse after that round of pit stops.
Right, so let me do the analysis. He was stopped. Oh, hang on. No, wait, I'm reading the wrong line. I don't understand that. Oh, no, I do. Yeah, he was stopped 1.3 seconds less time. Does that mean he's underfueled?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh, hello. Bob Woodhouse has got to slow down.
Yeah. I don't know where he's picked that up. I've not got an off track. I suppose you don't need an off track to get a slow down, do you? Oh, Jamie Wilson. sliding sideways.
Shouldn't be any such thing as an off-track. There should just be landmines on the other side of the white line. You go off the track, boom.
Tony Clouston in pit road currently.
Now, we already have a couple of drivers in double figures on incident points.
You're joking.
No.
Oh my God.
Less than halfway through.
That's
for
without
anybody at
any...
home that doesn't know, 15 incident points is the limit, and then you get a drive-through penalty, or as we like to call it, the drive of shame.
That's without any real contacts as well. There's only Jamie Wilson that's been in contact. Bram Dubois getting pressure now from Greg Carr.
Yeah, so...
track map will work. Yes. Right.
Yes, it always works when you press the right button.
There's nothing to do with that in the first race. It's when I go to replay and I've already had it on the screen, it sometimes just doesn't come back on certain tracks. Still don't understand it.
Yeah. Weird, eh?
Very. This is the closest battle on track, as you can see in the timing tower on the left. If I put the pits on... no, that just says stop and stops. Just give me a sec.
What's the difference between that?
There we go, this one. There we are. I don't know, it does that, it's weird. It's not a button I've pressed before you say anything. Right, Vincent Skilbeck's in pit road at the minute. So he hasn't gone to the end of the fuel window like he often does. And he's dropping back out. Where is he coming out? Behind... Well, he's going to be behind Jamie Wilson. There goes Jamie.
Yeah, Alex Lado is going to be the interesting pit stop.
Go on.
Well, they were all fairly close up the front, weren't they?
They were. I think he was third before everybody started to pit.
Yeah.
So, if he can put in some real hot laps and not get slowdowns and off tracks, then he could maybe leapfrog everybody without having to do any pit stops, without having to do any overtakes on track. I mean, Battlebox
obviously Stacey was up there as well, so it's going to be, I don't know, it could be a bit touch and go.
Stacey is actually doing really nice laps, good lap times at the minute, and he's gone to pit road now, Clyde.
Yeah, he's gone to pit road. I've gone to pit road with me cake.
Oh, what have you got?
I don't know, something lemony.
Nice. Bob Woodhouse just posted the fastest lap of the race, 1:43.28, as Stacey Boyd and David Burns join pit road. David Burns going the direct route to his pit box. That was a lovely, lovely stop. I have to say, he didn't lock up, stopped right on the money, straight onto the jacks.
That always makes me chuckle when the cars drive through each other on pit lane.
Because of what you did.
Takes me back to our factor.
That was so funny, that. I think you wiped out about 4 cars in that pit road. That was so... Oh, where's Glenn gone? Oh, Glenn's a bit sketchy on connection. So, just for everybody's information, in iRacing, obviously, you've just seen it, you can drive straight through people in pit road in certain circumstances. In our factor, you couldn't. It was more of a simulator than this in that respect. So, Clyde, forgetting which sim he was in, decided he was going to drive through everybody to get to his pit box because it was the quickest route, and wiped out at least 4 cars, if not more. I giggled. I wasn't involved. Ooh, what's that? So, here we go. We were just watching it. Bob Woodhouse through on Greg Carr.
Yeah, good move, that.
Yeah, very nice. Alex Lado's pit road. Here you go, Clyde.
Right, so this is the interesting bit.
Where do you think he's coming out in terms of, well, technically, Rich Emerson was in on the first lap, so he's out of the running. So it's Ant Woodward is the pacing leader after pit stops.
Yeah, Ant is in the Ravazzas now.
Yeah. Alex is still on his jacks, not dropped down. Oh, he's moving. And Woodward is racing on the straight. Oh, I think Ant's going to get ahead of him. And
He is, isn't he? Yeah.
So might.
Ninja.
Where's Stacey Boyd? Stacey Boyd's going to be at pace, approaching Alex, and Alex is going to take the first turn ahead of him. Now, Alex is going to have cold tyres. And Stacey is going to have up to temperature tyres.
Well, the way Alex drives, his tyres will be up to temperature after one corner.
What are you suggesting?
Nothing. Perhaps he's got better tyre blankets than everybody else.
Yeah, of course. Right, so the pressure is steadily being applied by Stacey, who's making his way onto the back of this car. I like the way that Stacey's car on the rear spoiler has got the Yank written on it.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? It's class. There you go.
Do you reckon he's from New York like Stephen?
Stephen Phillips,
Yeah.
obviously. Stephen Phillips, who had to change his name to not from New York. Oh, who's that? That's Rich has gone to pit road now, Clyde. He will register as being pitted twice, but obviously he started from pit road.
Yeah.
Jeff Saunders is the one picking up lead laps. And Greg Carr and Vincent Skillbeck. Is that an overtake from Vincent? Yes, it was.
It was.
Let's have a quick look at that. All done on pace by the look of it. Compliant.
Yeah, outbraked him as well, didn't he?
Yeah. And Jamie's joining the fight now as well. Jamie's had two very tidy, relatively clean races. I know he had an incident at the start of this one, but that was more like lap one bunching more than anything, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm just watching Stacey and Alex because if they work together, which they seem to be doing, they will catch Anne.
So,
Now, if they start fighting each other,
Yeah.
Ant's going to run away.
hard to tell about pace at the minute because Alex is on an outlap. Once they cross the line here, we'll be able to see if they are eating into into Ant's lead. Yeah, so Alex is travelling quite a bit quicker, actually. 1 full second faster than the car in front of him at the minute. And he's brought Stacey with him on a... Stacey's dropped off him a little.
Yeah, but that could be on purpose.
Could be, yeah. We know that aero wash is a thing in these cars now, don't we? Because we've had drivers complain of it before. Aero wash is where the air from
I'll
the
tell
car...
you something, and Woodward just had a slowdown.
Oh. Oh, wow. Where's
Bye
he...
bye to the lead.
Yeah, where's he picked that up? On the inside of this one? No. Oh, he's already pulled over. It's through the kink. after the first chicane. I've seen a couple pick it up. Back racing and pacing pretty quick, and then got a massive amount of wheel spin, so that's why he's dropped astern again. Greg Carr being overtaken, and has been overtaken now by Jamie Wilson. Nice.
Jamie in his repaired car.
Yeah, shows how much pace he's got when it works. Let's have a look at this. So, heading into the Ravazzas. No, it's not the Ravazzas, is it? We're heading down to Acre Minerale. Sorry. Around the outside. 3 corners, Clyde. That's pretty cool.
Good racing from both of them.
Yeah, and gave each other respectful room. Tony Kloosterman on another recovery drive, Clyde.
Yeah.
He's caught up with David Burns, who was on the front row at the start of this race. In his first race week with us. Very capable driver if you take his I rating into account. Right, so...
Is that
what?
timing tower correct?
In what way could it be incorrect?
The leader.
Alex Lado or Jeff Saunders?
Jeff Saunders.
Yeah, he's not pitted the car.
Ah.
He's the only car on track now that has not visited pit road. And I expect he's going to go in this lap. Yeah.
Yep.
My calculator works, Clyde. So, he will... Well, these guys are in Ravazza now, so he's going to be a fair way down the field. He was the pole man, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah. And he's going to get lead lap points. Plenty of them, 3. That's your limit in any of our leagues. You'll see him dropping down the standings.
Yeah, inside the last 10 minutes.
And he's now moving, so he's probably going to come out second off last or something like that. Where is Glenn? Yeah, he's going to come out third off last, so that's good. David Burns under plenty of pressure now from Tony Kloosterman, who's finally lit the wick, I think, Clyde.
Yeah, he's not had a lot of luck, has he?
Tony? No.
No.
You know, and saying that, he's about to catch Greg Carr, who we know is very, very fast, who hasn't had any of the dramas that Tony's had. So that just shows how fast Tony Kloosterman actually is.
Yeah, I think he's got another 3 seconds to go yet.
Yeah. Well, I think that'll reduce quite quickly because Greg Carr and Jamie are having a proper ding-dong battle here. Although Jamie looks like he's pulling away at that point.
Yeah, and up top, it's Alex and Stacey V2.
Yeah, Stacey's going to have to get a lot nearer. I don't know how far back the toe reaches, but it's probably about 0.8 of a second, I would think. That seems to be the standard at the minute. We used to get toe back to 2 seconds. Remember those wonderful days, Clyde?
Yeah.
They were dream days, weren't they?
Obviously not a lot between these two on when they pitted either, so it's not
no.
like somebody's got a massive tyre advantage.
And if anything, Anne Woodward is the one with the disadvantage because he does have Oh, hang on, what's going on here?
Bram Dubois just got done by
Two cars.
of Woodhouse.
Yeah.
And I think Vincent Skilbeck said thank you very much and filled the hole up.
He did. He sneaked through. I don't know what happened though. Bram is leading these three at this point. Let's go to the chopper. Pulls over to let his teammate through, and then, hello, g'day. That's. I don't know whether he had a slowdown, but Vincent was like, "I'm having that."
That was either a slowdown or it was a get out of the way for my teammate, and then oh shit, there's a corner.
Yeah. I did a good Australian accent. It was as good as your Italian, at least. Right, so Stacey ends up getting put under mega pressure now from Ant Woodward. He's the spirit, the bubble in the spirit level, rather. He's moving backwards, whereas Alex Lado is now decided he's going to pull away. Bit weird.
Yeah, 6 minutes to go, so if Ant's going to make a run for the lead again, he needs to get this one done quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, we've lost Jeff Saunders due to a connection issue.
Oh, joke.
A lot of that about tonight.
Yeah, that and netcode. Where on earth is Ant Woodward going with that car? Has he got a slowdown?
Another slowdown, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know where they're picking these up. It must be in the King. So that's
well. We do have a driver on 14 incident points.
Really? Wow.
2 others in double figures.
I never imagined for a minute it would attract that many incidents.
It's quite easy round here, though, isn't it? Because of the chains.
Yeah.
It's very easy to try and nick a little bit on a chicane.
Right, so can Vincent do anything with Bob Woodhouse? Bob Woodhouse, one of the fastest cars in qualifying and in practice. Further back, Greg Carr still having a fight here with Jamie Wilson. This has been going on for half the race, Clyde.
Yeah, and as you predicted, Tony has halved the deficit to Greg.
Yeah, he is fast. He just needs the ability to do it, and he's just had such bad luck this evening.
Jeff Saunders has got reconnected.
Right. Well, if he carries on, you don't know what you're going to pick up in a V8 race, do you? The cars are so hard to control that anybody, no matter what their skill level, could
Canadian crispy bacon is back.
Really? Excellent.
So sorry he's been missing out lately, travelling too much.
Oh.
I don't know if that's travelling for pleasure, travelling for work.
Either that, well, any of that.
Travelling because he's on the run.
It's still a first world problem, in my opinion. Right, Vincent closing up ever so slightly each lap. He's not got that many left. Probably 2, maybe 3 laps, Clyde. Given where Alex is at the minute. Alex has got himself a tidy lead.
He has, yes. This is his race to lose now.
Yep.
And this is where you start worrying about fuel.
Let's have a look at that.
Because we do know the tendency of these drivers to underfuel the car and try and save it where they can.
There are 2 people, in my opinion, at risk. Should we say who they are?
Well, I would guess one of those would be Ant Woodward.
Yes, it is.
I didn't see the pit stop time, so not sure who the other one would be.
Might be his running partner at the minute.
Okay.
They are significantly stopped less than the other cars, Clyde?
Yeah, it could be anything, couldn't it?
Yeah.
And to be fair, this is a track you can save on. There's
Yeah.
some heavy braking zones where you can come off the gas a fraction early.
Ant Woodward has suddenly lost half a second to Stacey, so I don't know why.
Yeah, didn't see anything.
No, and there's nothing on the event tracker. Bob Woodhouse still. Oh, hang on. When did this happen? I must have missed this while we were looking at something else.
On that, yeah.
So this is Vincent, and this is a bit of an argument, this one, Clyde, so we're going to enjoy this. Round the outside, really? Oh yeah, round the outside, look at that. Whoa.
Yeah, outside turns into inside, so if you can make it stick, as long as you're alongside, you should get that on the right-hander.
Yeah. But that's it, done in a tidy job.
I don't know if Bob's going to let that one rest.
Well, he's not got long to sort it out because what have we got? This is going to be Alex Lado on the last lap.
Where is he?
He's going into Villeneuve at the minute, so he's already crossed the line. He's already taken white flag.
He's not going to get another one, is he?
Nope.
Oh, hello. Hello. Tony Klosterman, Jamie Wilson.
Where's Greg Carr gone? Oh, he's there behind Tony, right, so Tony's taken him out of that little battle. Tony finishing 7th would be, well, it'd be a redeemable situation, wouldn't it, if you know what I mean?
It's a recovery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Started.
But he's got to get Jamie out of that position first. Alex Lado coming up and out of Aqua Minerale.
Checkered flag is out.
He's listening to us because he's flashing his lights. Seen drivers do that before and crash.
Wobbly, Donington.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
With Chris Shaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, mugged him literally by a tenth, I think it was, or something less than that even. So, Ant Woodward and Stacey, are they going to make it round on fuel? I think they must be. Very nicely done, Alex Lado. Good race.
Yeah, that was a good drive.
It was.
Good drive.
Vincent stays ahead of Bob Woodhouse, which you can only say is a result.
Yeah. Alex just picking up some incident points at the end.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Right, where's Rich? Rich got back racing. Obviously got technical issues quite heavily. He's going to lead Glenn Sidman over the line. Did Jeff Saunders get back in racing?
He did, yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. What happened to Glenn? Oh, Glenn's gone to pit road, Clyde. He has not got a drive-through, has he? Because he's not going to serve it. We've seen this so many times. You can't serve a slowdown. Sorry, a penalty.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
So why has he gone to pit road on the last lap? Oddest option ever. Maybe he's already round the lap. I don't know. I didn't think he'd finished till just then, but never mind. I might be wrong. Lots of smoke.
Interestingly,
yeah, go on.
Alex Lado.
Oh dear, go on.
Because you lose a point for every incident you get.
Yeah.
Alex finished the race with 4 incident points.
4?
And finished the session with 12.
Oh my god. Yeah, if the last car hasn't crossed the line, folks, you still accrue the incident points. So
8 of those points that he's just fought so hard to win, he's lost.
Oh dear. Well, maybe he's just bothered about the The win. Maybe it's just bragging rights. Who knows? Who knows? We'll watch him come round. Oh, Vincent's just decided to go into the kitty litter. They're all having a bit of fun, Clyde. It's good, isn't it?
It's all about the fun.
Yeah. If you don't have fun, folks, just don't do it. It's as simple as that.
Oh,
Good
God,
to see.
Racing, what are you doing?
Why? What's up?
Oh, it's just lost the result. Lost the results.
Okay. Well, I had a weird thing where Bob Woodhouse, when he crossed the line, was registered one lap ahead of everybody else, which is just
excellent.
bizarre.
Does that make him the winner?
I don't know. We're gonna find out in a second when I press this.
The leagues.
Nope, he's not the winner.
No. Okie dokie. So, round 6 feature race. Your winner, Alex Lado for Hydra Race Racing Forces. Stacey Boyd came home second for Nova Motorsports, and Woodward was third for Never Quit Racing Europe. Vincent Skilbeck, Wheelie Bins Mayhem Republic in fourth. Bob Woodhouse fifth for Never Quit Racing Europe, with teammate Bram Dubois in sixth. Jamie Wilson came home seventh for Team Chimera. And then the Never Quit Racing North America twins, Greg Carr 8th, Tony Kloosterman 9th. So I'm guessing that there was a multi-21 times 2 that went on there.
He's let him go and then repaid it, hasn't he?
Yeah. 10th was David Burns, 11th Rich Jemison, 12th was Glenn Sidman, 13th was Jeff Saunders, and Ryan Middleton was a non-starter. I am trying to find...
What, race 1 results?
I'm trying to find any results, mate, to be honest.
Right.
Schedule result.
Okay, so...
Yay!
You got it? Well done.
Yay! God, I'm good.
See?
I hate this.
Even monkeys can be taught,
I
folks.
really hate this now.
Well trained.
Really.
It does. Yeah, it's not great.
Not user friendly in my eyes. Anyway, so some interesting racing there, Pete. I think in that second race, obviously we've talked about race 1. That second race, I think Alex Lado. I said before we got going tonight that last time out he was very aggressive. I think this time, I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but he seemed to have toned it down a little bit and reaped the benefits of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's obviously very familiar with the track. He's a very fast guy anyway, isn't he? We know that from other leagues. Yeah. He puts a lot into his racing, and sometimes that comes across as quite aggressive. And I don't doubt that he is probably quite aggressive. He's got a very high I rating. He's obviously driven in leagues where you don't get the space given to you, as a lot of these guys have in the past. And you know that features, but he is very controlled most of the time. I think he's a great talent, and it's great that he's in the league. But you're right. This one was a much more toned down, careful approach. Yes, he was involved in a couple of things in the first race, but well, you can't do anything about the net code of that magnitude. Any net code. That was just a bit silly from iRacing. And the other one with Tony, I think there was a bigger story, wasn't there?
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, let's get the interviews underway. And first off, I'm going to bring in our sprint race winner, Bob Woodhouse. Welcome to the booth.
Hello there, guys.
Hello. So congratulations on the win. And not just a win, but an awesome team result. But it wasn't plain sailing, was it? Your two teammates there were certainly giving it to you at the start.
Yeah. I mean, we were trying to be respectful and keep it all, keep it nice. But yeah, race 1 went to plan. It's a shame for Vincent getting that slow down at the start, but he was able to release me and then get on and get my first win. So yeah, happy with that. But yeah, I made on my out lap and then my second lap in the feature, I had two of the worst laps that I've had, and yeah, that cost me big time tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
sorry, mate. Just go back to race one. You had a comfortable lead over Ant
yeah,
till about 2 laps to go. Was that a conscious thing of you going, right, let's knock it down a couple of percent and the win's in the bag, or was you still flat out but Ant was a bit quicker?
well, I was overthinking it. I was starting to panic and think, is this going to go an extra lap? If this is going to go an extra lap, I'm going to run out of fuel at the last corner. So I
Right.
was like trying to save a bit of fuel. And yeah, instead of concentrating on my lines and driving, because I knew I had the right amount, but I just started second guessing myself and then just managed the gap in the last couple of laps. And yeah, brought it home. I mean, it's my maiden win. I didn't want to throw away a win from just braking too late and skidding off into the gravel.
Yeah, yeah. Because
You've never
I'm
won a race before?
Not in the league, no.
no,
I
we've
thought
been
you had.
saying, haven't we, for what 6 months or more that it's coming, but never quite got it over the line, but did now.
Yeah.
So race two, like you say, you had a couple of bad laps there, but you know, winning that race, and then you start at 10th, and you see all those fast guys in front of you. We've seen two different approaches. We've seen the aggressive approach, and we've seen the cautious approach. What was going through your mind sitting on the grid?
I did think, right, pit as soon as I can if I'm just stuck in traffic, and get clean air and then go. But yeah, I mean, I was in behind Ant, playing sort of like a bit of a rear gunner, and the race was just coming to us. There were incidents and people going off. Ant was making a move, and then I was able to follow through. And yeah, well, we were up to first and second, I think it was, when I pitted. And then I was like, right, let's get this. If I can smash the outlap, I'm going to be able to jump Ant. And I made a couple of mistakes. Then Ant was ahead as I was coming down the straight. And then when I realised I was going to get him, I missed my braking point, ran deep, got a slow down, cleared the slowdown, then ran too hot into the next corner, got another slowdown, and then that one just wouldn't go. It just would not go. I got it down to point one, and I was like, right, that's going to clear. Put my foot on the throttle, went up to half a second again. And yeah, I
Yeah,
lost about 8+ seconds, I think, through slowdowns. So
yeah,
yeah,
we've all been there, mate.
yeah, it is frustrating, because I believe, myself and Ant, if everything had gone our way, we'd have got a 1-2 in that one. But yeah, I can't be too unhappy with the result tonight.
No, that's right. A good haul of points for you, a great haul of points for the team, and like you say, your maiden victory. So, any shout outs you want to give before you go and pop some champagne?
Yeah, yeah, just the usual. Simability, all the guys in the NQR team, and yeah, you guys in the booth, and yeah, everyone that's turning up that's making these races possible.
Excellent. Well, again, congratulations on that victory, and we'll see you next time out, Bob Woodhouse.
Yeah, take care, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.
Right, I suppose you better have race two winner, Pete.
Okie dokie.
Alex Lado.
Yeah, good evening, Alex.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing? Are you good? Is it nice and warm in wherever you are at the minute? I know you travel a lot.
It's extremely warm, yeah.
Ah, okay.
In the Netherlands,
Yeah,
which
in
is
the Netherlands.
strange.
Yeah, well, so, welcome to the booth and welcome to a race victory. But before we get to that, in your first race, I think if your sponsors were paying you, they'd have to pay you extra because you were pretty much on screen the whole time.
Let's go.
There was an incident with Tony about a third of the way through that race. Do you want to talk us through that? Because it was difficult for us to see after the event. His car looked a little bit out of control in front of you. Let's hear what your opinion is of what you saw.
Yeah, there's not much to say. I was just too stubborn. Yeah, I don't know. I would say that the cause of the event is me being all over the place because since I joined the session, I came out of work, rushed home. I launched the session, and I just got in the sim for quali. So I was like really kind of rushed. I'm like I was not feeling the car. I was not feeling anything. I even crashed against Greg on quali. I couldn't control the car, and I just got in on his way. So and then for the sprint race, I was still a bit, like shaky, like not feeling comfy, and I was still in control of the car. But in that moment when Tony lost control of his car, I was just not patient enough. Like I was on throttle, off throttle, on throttle, like just waiting for him to control the car instead of just being cool, like cool-minded and say like, okay, I might lose a position here, but it's fine. But no, I was just like half throttle, off throttle, half throttle, off throttle, and in one of those I tapped him a little bit, and that was just enough because he
wasn't too much in it, but it was enough in it. And then a massive. Did you know it was netcode at the time with you and Vincent, or not?
No, I thought I did the same as with Tony, so I was super upset during the sprint race. I was really upset, but yeah, I apologize to both of them on the chat immediately after the race. But yeah, I'm always pissed off when I make mistakes like that. But yeah, with Vincent, I saw the replay. I was really like pointing straight, nothing I could do. I was pretty much over the curb, so it was just unfortunate with Vincent, but still sucks because I put two cars out on the same corner.
Well, yeah, it was, wasn't it? But you could have, even Clyde could have walked between your two cars. I mean, there was that much room in there. I mean, that might be exaggerating, but it was a significant amount of netcode. But that changes how we think about that first incident, Clyde, doesn't it? Because if Alex is saying it was more him staying in the gas than anything else.
Yeah, although I say I don't think there was any blame on anybody from my point of view.
Not like
it. Tony, say if you go back another corner, and the lunge that wasn't a lunge from Tony that then made him slow on the apex, which then, in my view, made him over rotate. And I say normally you get away with that, but Alex was there. Yeah, I suppose Alex could have pulled out a bit, but
yeah,
to
be honest, the thing is, like you guys always say many times, it's there's a lot of trust when you drive around these guys. So I honestly just expected Tony to straighten the car up like sooner, and that's what really happened. But if there's anyone to blame, it's me, because I was behind, and Tony was just trying to do his best to control the car, and I'm responsible of the crash. Like, if Tony is not in control of the car, like if I let him control the car, he would have controlled it like half a second later probably. So if he spun, it's because of me. But it's just like I at least always try to drive on the edge. Like I like to drive very close of the car ahead, and sometimes you get really amazing racing stuff, and sometimes you mess it up. And this time I messed it up, so yeah, it's on me.
Well, we'll draw a land that you've said sorry for what you believe was your contribution. So that resulted in a fourth place, which is still very respectable in the company that you're in. These are very fast V8 drivers. And then in the second race, you made your way through the field. 6 places you gained over the course of the full race, and brought home the victory. It's not your first victory, is it? I'm pretty sure you've got 1 or 2 before.
I won at Winton. I don't remember if I won any time else. But...
Yeah. But you are a very, very fast driver. Talk us through your second race, because that's the one to absolutely celebrate. It seemed pretty clean. Clyde said you only had 4 incident points going over the finish line to take the checkered flag, but you've recorded 12 overall because of whatever you did after the checkered flag.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, the race it started very well. I gained 2 positions on the start. It was an amazing start. And then going into Aquarella, I think it's called that turn, I just misjudged the braking. I guess cold tires or whatever, cold brakes, I don't know. And I went too long, so in order to avoid the cars ahead, I just had to go on the grass.
Oh
There
yeah,
was
we
no
did
other
see
way.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that gave me a slowdown and a lot of like positions lost. So I was like, okay, that sucks. But then people ahead were fighting a lot, and I found my way like through the cars. Just I don't know, I took advantage of their fights, and I kept it really clean and still made it through. And all of a sudden, I was like behind the top 3, just in the battle. So I was like, okay, I'll just feel safe a little bit, and then they beat it a bit early for my liking. I was like, okay, I'll try to go long, and I was keeping an eye on the times, and I was still doing like 43.9s, which was a tenth or two faster than what they were doing before pitting, and it was still the same pace. Like they were doing 43.8s after pitting, and I was doing 43.9s, so I was like, okay, I'll stay outside because I'm just keeping the distance. Maybe I will lose like a whole second after all, after pitting, and but I will come out with way fresher tires. And as soon as I started dropping like instead of 1/10, I started dropping like 3/10s, 4/10s. Then I pitted. Like I knew I would lose like around 2 seconds, but then have fresher tires, and that's exactly what happened. Like I came out of Anthony, I think it was, or Bob.
Yeah.
And the other car disappeared. I don't know what happened to the other car. I don't know. There were 3 cars ahead of me or 2, and 2 pitted in front of me, and only 1 came ahead of me. So I don't know what happened. They must have had a battle or an incident or something. But yeah, then Anthony, I was just catching up to him. Didn't want to burn the tires too quick, so just like catching up slowly, and then have some tires for the overtake because it's kind of hard on this track. And then he made the mistake. He got a slowdown, and yeah, I just took it. And then yeah, pure pace, just pulling away. Although Stacy was super fast the whole time. He was behind me during the whole sprint race, behind me during the whole feature race. He was putting a lot of pressure at some points, but I knew I had some more traction at certain corners, and I was just keeping the distance in those corners, and some laps like just pulling away. So yeah, it was pretty amazing racing. I had so much fun, especially the feature race. So many great battles and so much chaos. I love it when it's like still clean after the chaos, and yeah, it was super fun.
Oh, very good. And anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and celebrate with your simulated champagne?
Uh, yeah, well, you guys, of course, like usual. Everyone who came here to race today, because we know V8s don't have so much participation as other uh, leagues, or I don't know how to say that. I'm forgetting my words. Whatever. But yeah, everyone who came to race today, and hopefully the guys that were missing today will be back soon, because it's always super fun. But it was still super fun with 13 cars.
No,
So
well said.
everyone who came to race, you guys, Hydra race, everyone in my team, Marcus Lindblom from Racing Forces, because yeah, he was going through some stuff recently, I found out. So shout out to him, and Gensi for teaching me how to drive this beautiful car, and yeah, I dedicate this win to him.
Very good, very good, and thanks to you because you do a wonderful amount of stuff for us as a BSTV community. Alex Lado, everybody.
Thank you guys.
Okay, next up, let's bring in Mr. Ant Woodward. Welcome to the booth.
Evening, lads.
Good evening. So, a massive point haul for yourself, a big point haul for the team, second and third, but is that the one that got away?
Oh, yeah, I think so, innit? Yeah. Oh, crushing.
Yeah. Let's talk about race one first. So, you 3 teammates find yourself up the front. Bram was putting some pressure on you, but I don't quite know what happened with Bram. I don't know whether he used his stuff up or just decided to let you go at it, but gave Bob a chance to pull away. But then, as we sort of thought, Bob managed to get inside his own head towards the end, and you was reeling him in again. So you had some cracking pace, didn't you?
Yeah, it was good there towards the end of the run. The car felt great again. Yeah, I started slowing down at the end as well because I didn't want to jeopardize my second, So yeah, it was good. Solid race.
Yeah, it definitely was. And, teammate in front, teammate behind. Not a bad position to be in. And then race 2. You got into the lead, and there were comments on the chat about, is this going to be his first win? And blah, 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 blah. And I looked at them and I totally ignored them because I didn't want to be the one to mention it and then it all went wrong. And I'm glad I didn't, because one slowdown, I think, is what cost you a race win.
Yeah, I did have 2. I got one when Alex was catching. It was clear that he was catching, so I let that maybe get into my head and got to slow down. It took ages to get rid of, way more than I'd say on the screen, but actually dropped back behind Stacey as well. He's been fast, and the officials as well. But I felt like, I caught Stacey back up, and I felt like I could maybe get second back, and then got another slowdown, so I killed that.
Was that driving angry, or
I was fuming,
thinking that you'd thrown away a win and things like that? Yeah, all that sort of thing goes through your head, doesn't it?
Oh, Alex was undoubtedly faster, but the car was good at the end of the run. I think it would have been interesting to have gone to the flag like that and seen who won on pace, but no, congrats to him, and well done to Bob for his first win as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think the thing that impressed me is we've seen flashes of, I'm not going to say brilliance because that would really make your head swell. Flashes of consistent speed from you in the past, and then it's all gone wrong. But this is 3 meetings into a season, and you've been quick every time. It's got to happen, hasn't it? This season, this elusive win, it's coming, surely.
I don't know. Has Simon got another birthday this year?
No, but I know some people.
Well, yeah, I don't want to think about it. I'm desperate for it.
Yeah, I'll say it now. When it happens, not if it happens, when it happens, it will be on merit and not on luck. And I think your teammates deserve credit. I don't know what they do.
Well,
in
that's the thing when you're trying to catch the fastest guy on the scene at the moment, because he's ascended somehow to nearly levels of Simon's ridiculousness.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the teammates help you with setup work. Teammates can help you with your headspace and things like that. But there's nothing more challenging than trying to beat your teammate on the track, because even if you don't win a race, you want to be the fastest one out of your team in that race. So they are definitely pushing you to new heights, shall we say.
Yeah, the other thing, like I say, was long times between rounds, so I've really been able to work at it because everything's good, at the moment, so I'm able to do that, and just putting the laps in as well, it makes such a difference. So that's got its positives. It's great to be able to do that at the moment and really concentrate and focus on the league. But then after 3 weeks of practicing, when the lads have been busy, and then they come on for the official week and trounce you, You're like, oh no, back to the drawing board. What did we learn over 3 weeks? So, yeah, definitely teammates are everything. They're pushing. We're all pushing each other.
Yeah, and it's good to see. So, yeah, any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, Bob for his first win. All the team, obviously, but especially Tony, just for being Tony. Gary Croft, because I ran a different setup to everyone. And it was originally it was one of his creations, so just mentioned to him. Simability, yourselves putting on the broadcast, and Stacey Jack Evie.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to your thank you list when that win finally comes your way. I think we probably
that's the closest I've got, I think.
Yeah, I think that night we'll have to scrap all the other interviews and just let you read your list out.
I wouldn't let me in. I'm going to be insufferable. Yeah. We all know this.
I'll tell you what, Pete. We'll do a deal now. When he wins, we'll announce we're ever so sorry, but we need to cut the broadcast short tonight, so there will be no interviews. Anyway, congratulations on a fantastic couple of results tonight, and Woodward.
Thank you, boys.
Right, another podium sitter for you, Pete. It's Stacey Boyd.
Yeah, good evening, Stacey. How you doing?
Good. How y'all doing?
I should have said it's the Yank.
Yeah, no. You do have that written on your spoiler. Is that for a reason or not?
So I do the V8 Vets, the Aussie League on Thursdays.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. So my teammates have christened me with that title.
Oh, well.
I don't know if it's good or bad, but that's what they gave me.
Yeah, neither do we. But we like it, don't we, Clyde? It's good, yeah. You were very quick tonight. I don't know what you've been eating, but I need just one spoonful of it. You were where did you end up in the first race? Stacey ended up in fifth. And in the second race, you got a monumental second. How many times in the second race did you think this could be mine?
Well, I got confused because somebody pitted earlier, the guy that started in the pit lane.
Yeah,
and
Ryan.
It's like,
Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 5-6 minutes left, and he was ahead by like 15 seconds. I was like, what did we do? I was like, yeah. Me and Alex, like we messed something up. I was like, where's he going?
Yeah,
he pulled the undercut of the century.
Yeah. No, he ended up right down the order in the end. But yeah, you certainly had a lot of pace in the car. You were very close to the fastest lap of the race on a couple of occasions actually, because I watched those times just to be on the pulse. Not that I ever am of who's doing what and when. You must have had a blast in that second race though. That was always heading in your direction. You just probably didn't see it at first. The tide kind of parted in front of you at one point, didn't it? And you ended up in second place.
Yeah, it's like it basically was a continuation of the first race. It's like me and Alex. I was like, oh man, it's like his car's like 10 meters wide. It was just I was trying everything I can to get around him without spinning him, and it just I tried braking early, juking him, like just everything. And it's like that was awesome. That was fun. And then in the feature after the second pit stop, he had me on pace a little bit, so it's like I underfueled a little bit, so it's like I was catching him, but then I was having to fuel save and then keep Ann off my butt, like that was just stressful. And it's like Ann get to slow down, then I was like I'd mess up the second chicane, and he'd come flying up, and I was like, oh man, like this can go south real bad.
Yeah, but it does sound like you had a blast, because I can tell by the tone in your voice.
Yeah, that was there's a lot of adrenaline. That was like an hour straight, both races. Like yeah. I was like, man.
It was certainly good viewing. We had a great time watching you and your competitors racing around. It's certainly been an energised race around Imola. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go? Maybe practice for your veterans race or practice for the next round of V8s.
Yeah, thanks to Simability and Backfire Simsport for doing the broadcast and hosting the league, and then my team sponsors, Nova Simsports, Pro Plumbing Supplies, and Stiff Rigs Fish and Tackle. That's my Aussie team stuff. So yeah,
Cool. Stiff Rigs Fishing Tackle.
Yep.
There's a lot going on in that name.
Yeah, there's a lot of innuendo down there.
That's brilliant. Oh, what a class guy. Is second your highest result in our leagues?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that was like all, since it's only like half a year, it's like I joined like an
Yeah, it's
NZ
very
league
good.
and then a couple of Aussie leagues just to try to get better, and it's like it was awesome.
Well,
Like, that was good fun.
it's doing it for you. So you know what we're expecting the next time.
Hey, yeah, we can try to repeat when Simon shows up.
yeah, totally. Well, it's been massively entertaining. It's great having you in our leagues, and we look forward to watching you race every time. Stacey Boyd, everybody.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, lots of podium finishers tonight, Pete.
Yeah,
so
no, you got another now.
yeah, let's bring in another podium sitter. It's Bram Dubois. Welcome to the booth.
Yes, good evening, lads.
Good evening. So
Managed to get on the step.
yeah, race one. Not just a grand result for yourself, but also for the team. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, yes. They sadly didn't want to wait for the group picture on the start-finish line, but
Yeah, to be honest, Pete did label you as the best-looking driver at NQR. Now we know you're not up against a lot in the looks department from the rest of the team, but you would think that they would want their picture done, wouldn't you? With you.
I have the helmet on, you know.
So tell us about that race one then, because you was definitely putting some pressure on Ant for a good few laps, and then you seemed to drop off. Did you burn your tyres up, or did you just think, look, enough's enough, let's go for this 1, 2, 3?
Well, at the moment, I was actually happy with the start that I did drop back, you know, that I could stay in my position, just hang in there, do my laps. And then Vincent had his shenanigans, and I was like, guys, don't worry about me. I'm happy hanging in third, you know, because I know they have the pace on me from the SOF races we did. So I know Ant was faster, so I just was happy to hang behind him, you know, be easy, don't overdo things. And then I just start to dream, you know. I'm just wandering, my thoughts are wandering, and I try to not ruin it, you know. It's like, oh my God, a podium.
It certainly happens. Is this your first podium?
Yes.
Oh, so lots of congratulations tonight. So first podium for yourself, a first win for teammate Bob Woodhouse, a first second place for Stacey Boyd. So lots of new things tonight.
I think it's a second for End or something this season. So
yeah, there's some very weird stats from tonight. Race 2. So started in 8th, finished 6th. Much to note from you in race 2?
Someone was handing out flyers that there were free incident points to get everywhere. So it seems like everyone stopped to get some. I got luckily spared from all the slowdowns where Ant and Rob had some issues because they don't want to clear here, which is very annoying.
Yeah,
Had some
track, isn't it? That doesn't help.
Yeah, no. I had some intimacy with Vincent, but actually on the replay it doesn't seem that bad. But I had a spoiler in my head, so I feel a bit roused.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's I think you drove fantastically tonight. In fact, I would even go as far as to say, you know, your driving has improved massively. And we was just talking to Ant about, you know, especially you three, you know, you and Rob are all pushing each other to to different areas that we haven't seen you before. You must be enjoying the not so much as well as the camaraderie, the the rest of it that goes with having teammates like that.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's like, I think I'm driving this car for 3 years now, so I always see them in the SOF, and I was always a bit lacking on end. If I had a good race, I was behind him, and I think I improved a lot since 3 years ago, and I'm still looking at his rear bumper. So,
Yeah, well, some things never
I
change.
hope they hit the ceiling once, but it seem to be able to push it. But
Yeah,
I
well,
always want to push that little extra out of each other. So quite
I
competitive.
think all three of you are driving fantastically this season. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
You guys for having the stream as always. Simability. I don't like Imola, but I had a good race. Same in the SOF races. So if people want to jump in on the SOF races, please do. 1915 GMT, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, we can do that.
And yeah.
Okay.
See you guys
well,
at Sandown.
Excellent. Well, congratulations, especially on the podium. But 2 good results. Bram Dubois.
Yep. Thank you. Good night.
Okay, 1 left, Pete, and that is
Yes.
Mr. Slowdown.
Not just Mr. Slowdown. I know, yeah. It's like, that's rude, isn't it? And let me find you on the broadcast because I'm in control of the screen. Good evening to you, Vincent Skillback.
Hello.
Hello. Right. It's going to be good. So, by far, I would say, and it's not reflected at all in the results, the fastest car on the track tonight. Would you argue with that at all?
No.
No, you were the fastest car. You in practice you were brilliant. In qualifying you were absolutely rapid, and on individual laps when you were allowed to, you were super fast in the races. Unfortunately, the iRacing gods have smoked you down again with a solid air incident that I said earlier. Even Clyde could have walked between the 2 cars. I know that's a massive gap. That's several people wide, normal people wide. But you got absolutely mullered by that netcode incident. Were you aware it was netcode at the time, or were you just swearing generally?
Yeah, I was swearing.
Yeah, you would be though, wouldn't you? You wouldn't know anything about it.
I felt the first contact. I saw the 0x come up. And then it did feel like I got hooked, but I knew I was running a little bit wider and pushing him a little bit out wide. But I didn't realize it was netcode until I watched the end of the race.
Yeah,
and saw it was netcode. I was like, well, there's nothing I can do for that.
No, and it kind of defined your second race as well, didn't it? This is what I hate about netcode. It's the ramifications of it go on and on and on, and you've got some ill feeling in there, even though you shouldn't have it, because there was a good amount of gap between you and Alex, and it's dictated your second race as well. Your recovery to 4th, I think, is remarkable. That is worth a shout out right there, because 2 things are in that. It shows your spirit and your ability to get back in the car and say, do you know what, I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to finish 4th in the second race, and you did. And I think that's more than worthy of a shout out. Let's just focus on the second race, because you must have had a blast getting through that traffic. It looked good fun from what we were watching. You were in some really close battles with a lot of different people, and in the second race at least, it all looked pretty clean. Did you get slowed down at one point, because we were watching and you ended up...
in the first race, I got the slowdown on the second part of the first chicane.
Yeah.
I just cut the curb a bit too much. And
oh yeah, that's right.
gave me
Yeah,
the slowdown.
It's the little kink, isn't it, that leads on to the little straight. Yeah. Lots of people caught that. I think there's about 5 different drivers that ended up with that same slowdown. It's addictive, isn't it? Once you got one,
Yeah.
you've got to get another. So if one is good, then more is better. But yeah, it's you were fast around Imola. Is this a track that you just get on really well with, or have you done a shit ton of laps lately?
No, this is a track I gel with. Just because it's a V8 Scops endurance race. I tend to do a lot of laps, but yeah, knowing that it was similar this week, and I had a setup already. I started practicing, or maybe 2 weeks ago. Just doing a few laps every day. And then the VRS sets came out, and I jumped on them. Felt pretty good. Changed a little bit of things that I like, so I could ride the curbs a bit better because I like riding the curbs. And yeah, it just felt good. I always had natural pace here, so I was pretty happy. And then when Tony said in Discord the other day that that 42s would be quality pace, I was like, well, I was already on that pace when I was doing practice by myself, so I was pretty happy with that. So yeah.
Yeah, I've got a funny image now of you reading that and then in your own head going, Vincent, say nothing. Just say nothing. This is a top secret message. Vincent is faster. But no, it's I was just reading what was on the bottom of your car. To finish first, you must first finish.
Yep.
Very famous
My
statement.
motto.
Yeah. But no, it's great having you racing in our leagues. Very dynamic. Very commonly we see you doing very fast laps on our tracks, or on the tracks in our races, and it's great fun. Fourth, I think you've been absolutely cheated out of podium positions tonight, and I think probably, and we said it before the broadcast even started, because I also said that I think I've cursed you, and apparently I did. Because I had you build for at least one race win tonight. So my curses are strong, and they have affected you significantly tonight. But I'm blaming it on iRacing's netcode. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go? And I think you should celebrate that second race, and we will forget that the first race ever happened. We'll write it out. We won't even publish the results.
Yeah, you guys for the broadcasts, Simability for sponsoring the league again. Everyone in the league for the good racing tonight, even though it didn't work out in my favor, it was still fun. Everyone over at Wheelie Bins that keeps us running, and a special thank you to Simon for not turning up tonight.
That's probably the funniest one we've had tonight, Clyde.
And probably the most truthful.
Yeah. In terms of honesty, you've just
I think
got
that's what
proud
kept
with
me going. I think that's what kept me going in that second race, was knowing that I could come away with the championship lead. The gap may not be as big as I like it to be, but maybe.
Yeah, I think you've still got it though, right? You must have.
I think so. I might have.
Well, I'll post the results fairly soon, so it'll be fine.
Just remember to finish first. You must ensure Simon doesn't turn up.
Yeah. That's the other version of that saying. But no, fantastic having you in our leagues as ever. And we look forward to seeing you racing with us next time. Vincent Skillback, everybody.
Yeah, catch you guys at Sandown.
I lost you then.
I was going to say, what? As in you couldn't hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
The lights are on, but nobody was at home.
All right.
That was very weird. Anyway, so fantastic night of racing, but the most exciting bit is coming up.
Forgot about that.
And that is the Bill Switzer driver of the meeting. And I'm going to start because it's very, very simple for me tonight. And it could have gone to a number of drivers. There was a lot of firsts tonight, but Ant Woodward, I'm just going to come out with it. He's just impressed me massively tonight, massively this season, and there's a win coming. So yeah, it's going to be Ant Woodward for me.
Okay. You're right. There's too many to list almost. Alex Lado for winning the race. Bob for getting his first race win, but his second race wasn't as polished, I guess. Stacey for being second and a fourth in the first one. You've already stolen Ant Woodward, and I can't vote for him because you've done that, and that would imply that I agree with you. That can never happen. I like what Vincent Skillbeck's attitude was in the second race after what happened in the first, and that might get the vote. Looking down the order, Tony had a real rough ride in the first race. Didn't get too much better in the second. He stayed in it and he carried on racing, and that's a big call out, isn't it? I think I'm going to have to go, because you went Ant Woodward. I'm going to have to go Stacey. That was really good racing all the way through the field, and he contributed massively on our screens to an entertaining night's racing. Got himself 2 really good positions in those 2 hard-fought races. I can see it on the screen now. He's racing against Ant Woodward right there. I like what he did. I like his attitude. I like the fact that he's got the Yank written on the back of his car, because that's just funny, right, Clyde? So he's getting my vote for tonight.
Excellent. So 2 worthy votes there, I think. And that's going to bring us to the end of the broadcast. We're back in 3 weeks' time for our first endurance race of the season, which I believe is from Winton.
Sundown,
maybe?
Sundown, I think.
Sandown. Yeah, same place.
Australia. I'll go and double check my my information, because
yeah, no, you
I'm right.
could be right.
I'm right.
You could be right. So yeah, that's always our endurance races. If you've not watched one, they're massively tactical, and probably my favourite races out of the formats that we do. So yeah, it just really leaves me to say goodnight to everybody. Let Pete say goodnight and close the broadcast. One thing I have just noticed is Alex Lado seems to have found the emoji button on the broadcast. So everybody, please ignore that. But in the meantime, thanks to Simability for sponsoring. Thanks to all the drivers that showed up tonight and put on such a fantastic race. Big congratulations to all of our podium placers, and also everybody that got a first for something tonight. And of course, for everybody that watches us, this is why we do it, and we wouldn't do it if it wasn't for you guys. So good night from me. Stay safe, everybody, and tune in next time. Good night.
Sorry, I was distracted by throwing little gnomes on the emojis. Yeah, thanks to everybody that Clyde's just mentioned, funnily enough. It's a pleasure being able to run these leagues and broadcast these races, and it can't happen without all of those people. Stay safe, everybody. We'll see you next time for an endurance race around Sandown, which I don't doubt will be unforgettable. 3 weeks' time, put it in your calendars, and we'll see how that goes. Thank you.